Hey everybody!
What's up?
So, we're here for the Spider-Man Homecoming spoilers review!
Yeah, since you wanted to go ahead and see this movie without me, thanks.
How does it work?
Everything
Hey, it's not my fault that I have a career in film.
Yeah, let's put it that way. I'm sure Stanley Kubrick loves that comparison. Let me go get some copper wire. I'm pretty sure I could take us off the grid with how fast he's spinning right now. Jesus. Spider-Man Homecoming is perfectly fine.
I enjoyed it for what it was. All this
That's probably the best thing you can say about it. It doesn't do anything stand out or landmark. The biggest thing it does is
Spider suit
just
was pretty fucking cool. That was pretty standout.
It's interesting, but it's kind of a suit I already saw with Black Panther, and I already saw the suit in Civil War. So that wasn't quite as big a treat. The big treat was seeing what all the suit could do, but then I started thinking, why didn't we just have it be like the Iron Spider then?
We got.
Yeah, we got a passing mention of that. I didn't really like that design, honestly. I thought
no, I did not.
I thought it looked a little weird. I like the design they have with it right now. The suit looks good. I like the idea of the webs under the arms. Acting as like a wingsuit.
Yeah.
Kind of bringing back the old Stan Lee image.
Yeah.
Which condolences to Mr. Lee on the passing of his wife.
Yes.
Very, very sad.
Yes. I said, my positives pretty much, without spoiling anything in my non-spoilers review.
Right.
But let's get into spoilers. I really liked the villain in this.
The Vulture was actually really good. He was written well. He was written sympathetically. I understood his motivations. I knew why he was doing his things, and I didn't agree with him, but again, I understood. So it's one of those rare tightropes that they walk that I think Marvel has over DC. Is at least I understand why their villains do villainous things for the most part.
He was just they never even called him the Vulture until Spider-Man left a little note, but
creepy Vulture guy, yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about it. He's like, we pick up the scraps, and I was like, he's perfectly defining himself as a Vulture,
right?
But he never was like, I'm the Vulture. I'm gonna steal your age. That was one of his shticks in the comic.
Yeah, don't get me started.
Oh my
So you're
God.
saying he's slightly better than Paul Giamatti as the Rhino?
Yeah.
I am the Rhino.
Don't forget it. Well,
I'm a run you over. Am I Russian? Am I Spanish? Oh no!
I really enjoy it, and I like that we got subtle hints of other villains to
Yeah, you pointed out a few of them because you're a bigger Spider-Man guy than I am, but you pointed out Scorpion.
Yeah, we had Matt Gargan, who he had the Scorpion tattoo on his neck, but
right.
That's he becomes a Scorpion, and we had the Shocker, but
we had two Shockers actually.
Yeah, we had two Shockers. One,
which I was actually kind of impressed with because they fry the first guy and it's like, oh, well, I guess that's the end of the Shocker, and it's like, here, you wear this, and I'm like, oh, so I guess we get more than one Shocker.
Yeah, and there was a leaked image online where somebody had it in a full outfit, and everybody thought it was real. It was fake as fuck. And it was
I'm glad I've stopped.
I was perfectly.
I've stopped reading stuff like that. I'm just like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna see it when it comes out.
I
Because
was
do these
perfectly fine with the villain costumes in this because they were just very.
No, I
normal.
really liked the costume they came up with for the Vulture, especially. It looked very. It looked piecemeal but streamlined.
The whole.
It was function and form married together.
Yeah, the whole fur.
Really cool.
Everybody's like, you can't do the fur around the neck. You can do the fur around the neck.
Well, you could do that with a flight jacket. They did that. And I was like, that's actually very, very clever. And
Michael,
I have to say, a lot of the things that I have positives that I have to say about this go directly to Michael Keaton.
Just killed it.
Well, he's a good actor. He's one of those. He's one of those you don't see in movies too often anymore. But when you do, you're like, oh yeah, that's right. Michael Keaton's in a movie. I'm happy now.
He's so good, and he was so good in this.
He is good. I liked him as a villain, and again, he has sympathy villain qualities, and a lot of that comes from the fact that he is able to kind of lead with this character arc, and I'm really glad that they had this story behind him.
Well, also, like,
which was sorry to cut you off here, but could we just point out to DC, Wonder Woman was really great, and Wonder Woman did this too. Backstory was condensed down to the absolute necessity of things, given to you in very quick snippets that you were told visually as well as little exposition.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to have half of your 2.5 hour movie be people talking about, like, their daddy issues.
No, we didn't even get a mention of Uncle Ben.
No, we didn't. I was so happy when no Uncle Ben was mentioned. Even in, like, when Tony kicked Peter out and he was like, oh, this dark and I was like, for sure, I was like, okay, Aunt Tomei here. Oh, Aunt there we Tomei. Go.
Aunt Tomei.
Yeah. Aunt, which, by the way, Marissa Tomei looks... I get a really confused boner for her as Aunt Meg, and I'm like...
They really tried hard.
She's really supposed to be old in this, but Marissa Tomei's actually really hot.
They tried so hard with the glasses and the outfits.
They tried to make her a little
not hot,
older.
but then they kept talking about how hot she was. So
well, to be fair, it is Marissa Tomei.
I mean, it's just made no...
but either way, I was...
Maybe Tony Stark's Uncle Ben.
Ew.
Maybe he'll turn into Uncle Ben and then die. And that'll... Well, no, that makes no sense, because then Peter Wood is already Spider-Man.
There you go.
Never mind.
Well, he initially did it to become a wrestler. Where he wrestled the Macho Man under a guise. But
Bonesaw is ready.
Still the best part of all three of those movies.
Rest in peace, Macho Man.
Rest in peace, Macho Man. We thank you.
We know you saved us from the devil.
He saved us from the apocalypse, and
the day the world was supposed to end, the Macho Man.
He wrestled the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse into submission. So
thank you, Macho Man.
Wherever you are in that great cosmos, I hope you and the Ultimate Warrior were able to patch things up together, and you now travel the planes of Destrucity and try to make amends in realms that us mortals cannot fathom.
Thank you, Macho Man.
Indeed. But
I'm totally gonna put like a little memorial thing at the bottom.
Yeah, just have it be like. Yeah, there's the biggest complaint. There's no Macho Man in Spider-Man Homecoming. No Bruce Campbell either. But no, this movie was perfectly acceptable. What were we talking about?
We covered all the stuff we liked for the villains. We were talking about Hot Aunt May.
Yeah. No, I don't really have a problem with anything story-wise for the movie. It all plays itself very beat for beat the way it needs to be for setting up a new Spider-Man and introducing him to us and his personality and what kind of world he operates in. And I was perfectly fine with most of that. There's only 2 real things that I really disliked in this movie, and first and foremost was that we saw this in 3D. This is not a movie that should be in 3D.
No.
There are parts that work, but when it comes to the fight scenes, a lot of their fights are at night, and it's very dark, and it's kind of hard to see everybody in these costumes.
Everybody got... This is just kind of a personal gripe. The billing for this fucker was weird.
There was a lot of really...
Like, Donald Glover
shows up for like 3 minutes.
And he is like... billed in front of like the nerdy kid. I mean, I get Donald Glover's a big name, but he was billed in front of like the nerdy best friend who's in the whole goddamn movie.
Well, on top of Donald Glover, Gwyneth Paltrow, who was in there for like 30 seconds, got billed over him. So I don't know what the fuck was up with that. No, the other only problem I had, besides the 3D, because they get some really close-in fights and it looks very disjointed and it eventually becomes kind of a headache to look at.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a complaint I have with all the Marvel and DC movies in general. But the only other thing I really have a problem with is MJ, who is not Mary Jane. She's
No.
Michelle
Michelle.
Michelle something. Which I guess I don't know why they were just like, oh yeah, so it's not Mary Jane, she's MJ. And I was just like, okay. I don't know why you felt you needed to make that kind of a distinction, but what the fuck ever. No, I heard they were going to do something different with Mary Jane, and so I was like, you know what, that's fine. And Mary Jane's never really had a whole lot of a personality to her character outside of being Spider-Man's girlfriend.
She was too goddamn snarky.
But
though.
yeah, the problem is they gave her a character, they just gave her a very unlikable character.
I mean, I honestly think Zendaya, the actress who played her, did the best she could.
I really
mean,
feel this is
her
probably one of
roles-
those things that was shoehorned in by the studio.
She delivers
Because-
her roles like on point.
She doesn't really have a whole lot of things to do in this movie besides be that snarky teenager loner type that I want to kick in the head every goddamn time I see them.
It's like she's like, my friends call me. You don't have any friends. I do now. It's like
I wanted to be like, shut the fuck up. I was a loser in high school. You know what I would be doing? I'd tell you, shut the fuck up. And I hate that archetype. I hate it in every movie it's done in. It's stupid and cliched and played out, and I just tired of it. But yeah, she is the only real criticism that I have, that I don't know why she was in this movie outside of just saying that they have the Mary Jane stand-in.
yeah.
Because she doesn't do anything, she doesn't add anything to the character or the overall story, and it's really just there as lip service, pretty much, for fans.
Yeah.
Outside of that, no, this movie was perfectly acceptable. I would probably recommend a matinee. But yeah, that's about it. This movie doesn't change anything super big. It does go the route where they don't kill the villain.
Yeah.
He actually goes to jail, and I'm like, I really like this trend. Maybe we could see more of them
And,
not having this giant CGI vomit just explode
Well, remember how
across the
they
screen.
were like, kill mode engaged? It's like, no. Like, why would Tony put a kill mode in a teenager suit?
You never know. You know, sometimes things get out of hand with teenagers, and I just gotta get out of here. It's just like kill mode activated.
I don't know, but it could set up for. It actually set up for a bunch of stuff, like very, very subtly. Like Donald Glover's character is actually the Prowler, which
You were saying.
like you see it on his rap sheet. It's like his alias, which is he's always been kind of like just this middleman, like kind of villain, anti-hero,
Right.
Sometimes a
Well,
hero.
that's what they kind of set him up for. So I mean, there's not like a real big
Yeah, because he was
twist
trying.
to him.
His character's introduced when he's just trying to buy a weapon to hold somebody up, and they're showing him Michael Keaton's guys. The first Shocker is showing him all this shit, and he's like, I just want to hold up like a store. I don't want to blast somebody into the future.
Yeah,
like,
no, that's probably one of my favorite
He's
lines.
like,
It's like,
"You're-"
I just want to hold somebody up. I don't need a disintegration ray. And he's pulling out, it's like, I got black hole grenades, I got gravity guns, and he's just like, I just need like a 45, man.
He's like, why are you trying to upsell me? But I think that could eventually lead to like him getting the Prowler suit.
Right.
Which, that could be a cool thing. Scorpion, I don't know if maybe Vulture's gonna make his Scorpion suit, because we see like in the end credit scene the Vulture and Scorpion end up in prison together.
Yeah.
And he was like, they say you know who Spider-Man is, and the Vulture's like, if I knew who he was, he'd be dead. Which he completely knew.
Yeah, he totally knows, and it's just like, that was actually
He
kind of a
figured
classic
that.
thing.
I mean, it was quite obvious and pretty easy to figure out for him.
Which,
but-
thanks a lot, Peter Parker's not Mary Jane girlfriend in this movie for blabbing out a whole bunch of shit.
It's like,
God, fucking everybody in this movie waffles between not knowing when to shut the fuck up
the
and
best friend talked
being-
way too goddamn much.
I don't know. I thought
He
he
was
alright.
fun, but he's like, Peter, no, Spider-Man! Just flirting. It's like, god damn it.
Hey, to be fair, I mean, let's face facts. If you were that friend in high school, and if you knew somebody who was a superhero, you would immediately try and raise your standard of living in high school by saying, "This dude knows this guy, and I'm friends with him, therefore I know this guy." That is how high school logic works.
I just want to be the guy in the chair.
Pretty much, and it's like I understood what was going on with that character, and I was like,
Even-
I get it.
He got his little moment where he stopped the shocker.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. So
I enjoyed this movie. I think it's been better than some of the other Marvel
it's
movies.
definitely better than the last two Spider-Man movies. So
It was better than those. It was also better than, like, I dare say, like, Ant-Man and Thor: The Dark World. And
I'll agree
some
with
of
those
these-
actually.
Some of these, like this movie didn't take itself too seriously. We got a little bit
No,
of
it had
Tony
fun.
Stark trying to be the father, but it was better than Iron Man 3. Like, it
Yeah,
was-
yeah. Well, then again, a lot of things are better than Iron Man 3.
this was a really good partner movie between. It's better than the past, I'd say, 3.5 Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I'll work with that.
Like I said it in my non-spoilers review, like it's going to be hard to top Sam Raimi's first Spider-Man movie because it just holds.
That is a movie that
It holds a special place in everybody's heart, mostly because Macho Man Randy Savage. But it's
there's a lot more behind that movie that we might do a more in-depth discussion on sometime later.
Yeah.
But a lot of it, that's a discussion for another time.
Yeah, that's for
As far
another
as
time.
this movie goes,
But-
yeah, this movie is perfectly acceptable. If you're interested, 100% go see it. Personally, I would recommend a matinee showing because while this is good, there are better things you can go see for like $13 and pass on the 3D.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your standard movie ticket's like $9. 13's like the 3D showing, or if
Well,
you
that's
watch
what
it-
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is
I
you
kinda
can
wanna
spend that
s-
extra $2 to like
I
get
kind of want to see it in like IMAX or a bigger
water.
theater, but
Oh no, I would not want to see this in IMAX.
not in IMAX 3D. But
Oh god.
I enjoyed it. Like I said, I think it's better than a lot of Marvel movies we've gotten.
There seems to
lately.
be a bit of a trend going with Marvel. Oh, excuse me, right now. Oh god, that popcorn was not that great. Blah. Where it doesn't take itself too. It's starting to not take itself too seriously and letting them have fun with these characters and the situations that
I'm
they're
really
in.
excited for Thor.
Yeah.
Just
Which
like
one of the most fun things you hated this. But one of the most fun things I found about this movie were PSAs made by Captain America for
No.
school kids.
no, I didn't hate it. I just like at the end.
You
so I
complained about
love the PSAs because I love Captain America. I'm a
They're
huge
they're
Captain
great.
America
They're
fan.
the
It's
perfect
just-
level of corny that Captain America in this universe would give. He's like, you know what's really cool? Staying in school. I'm like, this was made back in like '98.
It was made as soon as he unthawed, but it should
I know.
have been. The TV they used in detention, I had that TV.
Dude, we all had that TV. Are you kidding? My Nintendo 64 was hooked up to that fucking TV at one point.
But like, it's just the
Now,
end.
as far as the end credit goes, there's
The
one
end-
that kind of trolls you, and the part of my brain that really, really likes this kind of humor, this sick, twisted part of me that's like,
It remi-
you just wasted my time.
It's very.
And you knew it.
It's-
You did it on purpose. Because Captain America comes out at the very end, after all the credits are done, and says, you know what the greatest superpower of all is? Patience. Sometimes you wait a long time for stuff. Sometimes it works
and
out
it's
well.
a big payoff. and-
Sometimes it's a big payoff. Other times it's not.
and you just worry why you wasted.
And you
your
worry
time.
why you wasted your time. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. You got me. You got me, Marvel.
I think it's
And part of me just has to look at that and go, I respect you. I really respect
It
you
was
for understanding that there are a lot of people who don't want to sit through these credits. And I think what that was mostly was just them saying, look, we're probably going to do mid-credit sequences. Don't worry about it. And
It was very reminiscent of the shawarma scene.
it sort of was. But
Like the end of Avengers, they're all just eating shawarma. No words are spoken, and this one was like just another PSA about patience. And I
just
did
the very end of his, how many more of these do I have to do today? Okay. And just that almost defeated look on his face when he sees how many.
I didn't know how to feel about it.
That's what I'm saying. I personally love that kind of humor.
It was like, did they just say thank you for wedding, or did they just say fuck you?
It's both. It is 100% both.
It's just like
they're saying, yeah, you sat here for nothing. Nice job, asshole. But thanks for sticking around.
Hey, that was better than the Mary Jane. Like, why did she flip him off at prom?
Who knows?
Or
Who
homecoming,
knows?
not prom. But...
Oh, one more thing I forgot to talk about at the very beginning of the movie, and I recommend you get there before it starts with this, because during the startup scene when it does the whole Marvel flip book thing or whatever, where it's flying, and it starts playing the fucking Spider-Man theme, and I was like, I was sitting there and I'm listening to it. I'm like, this sounds off from what they usually play.
And then it took you a second. Look, it's a Spider-Man.
And it just took me a second. And I'm like, that is a really upscaled version of the Spider-Man theme. Spider-Man. And I was like, that's what I want. That's what I love. Stuff like that. And it's one of the things I really missed about Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Was kind of their acknowledging the camp origins of where this person and character has come from. And I was just like, that was actually a lot of fun.
That's
it's
thing
little
I
things
got
like that.
Out of this, I had so much fun with this movie.
That's the best
fun.
thing you can say about this movie is it has fun and you have fun with it. Which, until very recently, DC has just not really gotten.
DC didn't, and Marvel
and Marvel for the longest time didn't have a good hold on that either.
Marvel was like, we have to be serious at that, and it's like everybody knows this is Spider-Man. It's just he's here to, even like at the end where he was like, I don't think I'm gonna go on Grand Scale Adventures, even though the next movie he's gonna be in is Infinity War. Go on a Grand Scale Adventure. It's like. You know, he's like, oh, I'm going to stick to
I did like that right up until Gwyneth Paltrow came out, where they were like, this is a test, right? And it's like, yeah, it's a test. And then she comes out, there are a bunch of people waiting. Where the fuck is he? I'm like,
I knew that wasn't a test. I was like,
Yeah, no, that's one of those, it's like, I knew the joke was coming, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
But,
I did like that Iron Spider suit.
Yeah, that Iron Spider suit looks awful.
I felt nostalgic seeing it, but I was like, where's the red and gold? Tony, what are you doing?
Would have been nice, but sadly it was not to be.
Oh well.
But guys, I guess that's our thoughts on Spider-Man Homecoming. A ton of fun. Go see it if you can. If not, it's okay. You're not going to miss like anything huge for what sets up next.
I mean, no, not really. And
it's very much personal story and where the character kind of grows up a little bit, which is fine. I mean, everyone
even goes back to that old campy costume.
If you can do that story well, then by all means tell that story. And this movie does that story very well.
That's one last thing I want to touch on is like the homemade costume. That is the best homemade. And it also, it gave a little love to the Scarlet Spider because that is completely Scarlet Spider's costume.
It is.
But I liked how he had to go back to the homemade costume for like 30 minutes there, and I was like, I get it. I like it. Good job.
No, they do a pretty good job recreating one of the more famous Spider-Man scenes where the building's falling down and he's having to hold it up, and that's a really good shot. But
all right, guys,
that's about it. There's a lot of really good stuff in this movie.
Go check it out.
There's not a lot enough for me to say this is a game changer or it's 100% go at any given point and pay full price for the ticket.
I'd say go see this movie. I enjoyed it. It's the first Marvel movie I've enjoyed in a while.
It's good, but it's not one I'm gonna say, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy another ticket for.
I mean, I enjoyed Ant-Man. but like
Well, one of us did anyway.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I did. I didn't like Guardians as much as I thought I was going to, and I did.
That's another discussion. Another discussion, Jared.
All right,
Jared, that's another discussion.
oh.
Another discussion, Jared.
All right, guys.
We'll see you.
Please like and subscribe, and then hop over to Sean's channel and watch us do many assorted things like our adventures
In space! You were talking about that, right?
Yep.
In space!
On the USS, you have to say it. You do it so well.
The USS Slayer.
There you go. All right, guys.
I can't believe that actually made it past the censors in that game.
All right, guys. Until next time, we'll see you guys later.
Laters.